Welcome to Biography with Plutarch, where we delve into the lives of remarkable individuals, seeking to understand the intricacies of their character and the events that shaped them. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the life of James Stewart, a man whose unique blend of talent, humility, and everyman appeal captivated audiences for decades. Imagine yourself standing in the quaint town of Indiana, Pennsylvania, where the sun rises over the rolling hills and the air is crisp with the scent of fresh-cut grass. This charming setting, nestled in the heart of western Pennsylvania, was the birthplace of James Maitland Stewart on May 20th, 1908. The Stewart's family home, a cozy two-story house with a wraparound porch, stood proudly on North Main Street, its wooden facade bearing witness to the town's rich history. As we step inside, we're enveloped by the warmth and love that filled this household, where Alexander and Elizabeth Stewart instilled in their children the values of community, hard work, and compassion. Alexander Stewart, James's father, was a man of strong principles and gentle kindness. His hardware store, which stood just a block away from the family home, was more than just a business. It was a gathering place for the townspeople, where locals would share stories and seek advice over cups of coffee. As James grew older, he would often help his father at the store, learning the importance of diligence and responsibility as he stocked shelves, made sales, and assisted with repairs. These early experiences not only taught him the value of hard work, but also gave him a deep understanding of the people who lived in Indiana, their struggles, and their triumphs. Elizabeth Stewart, James's mother, was an accomplished pianist and a woman of refined taste. Her love for classical music filled the family home with the sounds of Chopin, Debussy, and Mozart, introducing James to the world of arts and fostering his creative spirit. As he sat by her side, listening intently as she played, James developed a profound appreciation for the beauty and emotion that music could evoke. This early exposure would later influence his acting choices, as he sought to bring depth and nuance to his characters. The Stewart household was built on a foundation of strong Presbyterian values, emphasizing honesty, hard work, and civic duty. These principles, passed down through generations, shaped James's character, influencing his decisions and actions throughout his life. His parents encouraged his curiosity, nurturing his creative spirit through music, storytelling, and exploration. As a child, James was a curious and adventurous boy, often wandering into the woods surrounding Indiana, developing a deep love for nature that would later influence his acting choices. He would spend hours collecting leaves, watching birds, and listening to the rustling of leaves, cultivating a sense of wonder and awe that would stay with him forever. As James grew older, he became increasingly fascinated with aviation, inspired by the stories of pioneering pilots like Charles Lindbergh. He spent hours building model airplanes, dreaming of one day taking to the skies himself. This early interest would eventually lead him to earn his pilot's license, a skill that would serve him well during World War II. The thrill of flight, the rush of adrenaline as he soared through the clouds, and the sense of freedom that came with it. All these experiences would shape James's perspective on life, teaching him about courage, perseverance, and the importance of pursuing one's passions. James's academic journey began at the local public school in Indiana, where he excelled in his studies, particularly in mathematics and science. His parents encouraged his academic pursuits, recognizing the importance of education in shaping his future. As he entered Mercersburg Academy, a prestigious boarding school in nearby Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, James began to develop his public speaking skills, participating in debate teams and drama clubs. The school's strong emphasis on character development, leadership, and community service instilled in James a sense of social responsibility, which would later guide his choices as an actor and a citizen. The early 1920s were a time of great change and upheaval in America, with the country struggling to recover from the devastating effects of World War I. As James navigated his teenage years, he was exposed to the harsh realities of economic hardship. Witnessing firsthand the struggles of his community during the Great Depression. He saw families who had lost their homes, men who had lost their jobs, and children who went hungry, experiences that would later influence his portrayal of everyday Americans on screen, imbuing his characters with a sense of authenticity and relatability. The seeds of his future success were sown in these early years, as he developed a strong work ethic, a passion for storytelling, and a deep connection to the people and places that shaped him. As James Stewart entered his early 20s, he found himself standing at a crossroads, torn between pursuing a career in engineering, which his father had encouraged, and exploring his passion for the performing arts. The dimly lit stages of Philadelphia's theaters, with their creaky wooden floors and musty smells, beckoned to him, while the promise of a stable future in engineering whispered caution in his ear. Yet, it was the thrill of bringing characters to life, of losing himself in the words of a script, that ultimately won out. In 1928, he enrolled in the University of Pennsylvania, where he became actively involved in the drama club, honing his acting skills under the guidance of renowned theater instructor Joshua Lowe. Lowe's tutelage proved instrumental in helping Stewart develop his unique, stammering delivery, which would become a hallmark of his on-screen persona. The young actor spent countless hours rehearsing lines, experimenting with different cadences and inflections, until the words felt like an extension of himself. As he delved deeper into the world of theater, Stewart began to appreciate the intricacies of human emotion, learning to convey vulnerability, strength, and wit through his performances. His time at the University of Pennsylvania was a period of intense growth, marked by late-night conversations with fellow actors, impromptu performances in campus coffee shops, and a deepening understanding of the craft he loved. In 1932, Stewart made his Broadway debut in the play Carrie Nation, a drama that explored themes of social justice and personal conviction. The experience was exhilarating as he stepped into the bright lights of the stage, his heart pounding with anticipation. Over the next several years, he appeared in numerous stage productions, including Yellow Jack and Divided by Three, each role presenting an opportunity to refine his skills and expand his range. His breakthrough performance came in 1938 when he was cast as Hal Norton in the play Our Town, a poignant portrayal of small-town American life. The play's success caught the attention of Hollywood scouts, who were drawn to Stewart's natural charm, effortless charisma, and undeniable talent. Soon after, Stewart signed a contract with MGM Studios, embarking on a journey that would take him from the sun-drenched streets of Los Angeles to the wind-swept landscapes of Scotland. His early years in Hollywood were marked by a series of small roles and uncredited appearances as he learned to navigate the complexities of film production, from script revisions to camera angles. Yet, it was during this period that Stewart developed a keen sense of observation, watching and learning from some of the most talented actors and directors of his time. Stewart's big break came in 1939 when he was cast opposite Jean Arthur in the Frank Capra-directed film Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. The movie's themes of idealism, integrity, and the struggle for justice resonated deeply with Stewart, who saw parallels between the story and his own experiences as a young man from small-town Pennsylvania. As he stepped onto the set, surrounded by the bustling energy of a film in production, Stewart felt an overwhelming sense of excitement and responsibility. The movie's success catapulted him to stardom, earning him widespread critical acclaim and recognition within the industry. As Stewart's career gained momentum, he went on to appear in a string of critically acclaimed films throughout the 1940s, including The Shop Around the Corner, Come Live With Me, and Pot of Gold. Each role presented an opportunity for growth as he explored different genres, worked with innovative directors, and honed his craft. The characters he portrayed were often everyday people, struggling to find their place in the world, and it was this relatability that endeared Stewart to audiences around the globe. One of the most significant events of Stewart's career occurred during World War II, when he enlisted in the United States Army Air Forces, serving as a bomber pilot and rising to the rank of colonel. This experience would later influence his portrayal of military characters on screen, imbuing them with a sense of authenticity and gravitas. As Stewart himself once said, "I was very fortunate to have been able to serve my country in a time of war, and I think it had a profound impact on my life and my acting career." The lessons he learned during his time in the military, discipline, camaraderie, and a deep respect for the human cost of conflict, stayed with him throughout his life, informing his performances and shaping his worldview. In the post-war period, Stewart continued to appear in a wide range of films, including dramas, comedies, and westerns. His collaborations with directors such as Alfred Hitchcock and Anthony Mann resulted in some of his most iconic performances, including Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Winchester 73. The latter film, released in 1950, marked a turning point in Stewart's career as he began to transition from the romantic leads of his earlier years to more mature, complex roles. This shift was reflective of Stewart's own growth as an artist, as he sought to challenge himself and explore new depths in his performances. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Stewart remained one of Hollywood's most beloved and respected stars, appearing in films such as Harvey, The Glenn Miller Story, and How the West Was Won. His on-screen partnerships with actors like Henry Fonda, John Wayne, and Rock Hudson became legendary, with each collaboration yielding a unique chemistry that captivated audiences. Stewart's ability to convey a sense of everyman relatability, coupled with his effortless charm, made him a favorite among fans who saw in him a reflection of their own hopes, dreams, and struggles. As the years passed, Stewart continued to evolve as an artist, adapting to changes in the industry while remaining true to his core values. He worked with innovative directors, explored new genres, and took on roles that challenged him, always seeking to push the boundaries of his craft. Through it all, he remained humble, kind, and dedicated to his work, inspiring countless actors, writers, and directors who followed in his footsteps. As the years went by, James Stewart's pace in Hollywood slowed, but his passion for acting never wavered. He continued to appear in a range of films, including The Rare Breed, a Western drama that showcased his ability to play complex characters, and Fire Creek, a tense thriller that highlighted his capacity for conveying vulnerability. Another notable film from this period was The Far Country, a sweeping epic that allowed Stewart to tap into a sense of adventure and exploration. Although he was no longer the leading man he once was, his distinctive voice, with its signature drawl and gentle cadence and everyman charm, still endeared him to audiences. His on-screen presence remained as warm and inviting as ever, making him a beloved fixture in American cinema. The 1970s and 1980s brought Stewart a new wave of recognition for his contributions to the film industry. In 1985, he was awarded an honorary Academy Award for his 50 years of memorable performances, for his high ideals both on and off the screen, and for his dedication to the craft of acting. This honor was a testament to his enduring impact on the world of cinema, and it served as a poignant reminder of the many ways in which he had touched the lives of audiences around the globe. As Stewart accepted this award, he was visibly moved, his eyes shining with gratitude and humility. It was a moment that spoke volumes about his character, highlighting his kindness, generosity, and dedication to his craft. In his later years, Stewart became increasingly reclusive, preferring to spend time at his ranch in California with his wife Gloria. The ranch, nestled in the rolling hills of the countryside, was a peaceful oasis where Stewart could escape the pressures of fame and indulge his love of nature. He would often spend hours riding horseback through the fields, breathing in the fresh air and listening to the songs of the birds. Despite his withdrawal from public life, he remained committed to his work, continuing to act in films and television shows until his health began to decline. As he looked back on his life, Stewart reflected on the lessons he had learned and the experiences that had shaped him, saying, "I've been very fortunate, I think, to have had the career that I've had, and to have been able to do what I love for so long." These words spoke to the deep sense of gratitude and contentment that defined his later years, a sense of fulfillment that came from knowing he had lived a life true to himself. As Stewart's health began to decline, he faced the challenges of aging with courage and dignity. He remained fiercely independent, continuing to live on his ranch and tending to his garden, even as his physical strength began to wane. His wife, Gloria, was a constant source of support and comfort, caring for him with love and devotion. Together, they navigated the ups and downs of life, hand in hand, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. James Stewart passed away on July 2, 1997, at the age of 89, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's most beloved and respected stars. His funeral was attended by many of his friends and colleagues, including Clint Eastwood, who delivered a eulogy praising Stewart's kindness, generosity, and dedication to his craft. Eastwood spoke movingly about Stewart's influence on his own career, recalling the many hours they had spent talking about film and life. He remembered Stewart as a mentor, a friend, and a guiding light, whose example had inspired him to strive for excellence in all that he did. Today, James Stewart is remembered as a true Hollywood legend, an actor who brought warmth, humor, and authenticity to every role he played. His films continue to be celebrated for their timeless appeal, with classics like It's a Wonderful Life, Rear Window, and Vertigo remaining staples of American cinema. His influence can be seen in the work of countless actors and directors who have followed in his footsteps, including Eastwood, Robert Redford, and Steven Spielberg, all of whom have spoken about the profound impact Stewart had on their careers. His legacy serves as a reminder of the power of cinema to touch our hearts and minds, and to inspire us to be our best selves. Through his films, we see a reflection of his own values and character, including his commitment to hard work, his love of family and community, and his dedication to living a life of purpose and meaning. In reflecting on Stewart's life, it is striking to note the ways in which his character and values were reflected in his work. He was an actor who embodied the everyman spirit, bringing a sense of relatability and authenticity to every role he played. His commitment to his craft, his kindness and generosity towards others, and his dedication to his family and friends are all qualities that have endured long after his passing. We see these qualities in films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, where Stewart's portrayal of a young senator from Montana captured the hearts of audiences with its sincerity and idealism. His story serves as a reminder of the importance of living a life of purpose, integrity, and compassion, and of the enduring power of art to touch our hearts and minds. In conclusion, James Stewart's legacy is a testament to the transformative power of cinema and the impact one person can have on the world. His story serves as a reminder that we all have the capacity to make a difference, to leave our mark on the world, and to inspire others through our actions and our art. That's all for today's Biography with Plutarch. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that understanding the lives of remarkable individuals helps us better understand ourselves.